Hey everyone, what's happening? Lex back today for another Brawl Stars video, and today we are going to be taking a look at Nani, the brand new brawler that is coming into Brawl Stars 1v1 versus every brawler in the game. She is an amazing brawler, hard to play, but really worth it if you're going to be able to master. Before we hop into the 1v1s, let's take a look at Nani. Let's check out her stats, see what she can do before we pit her against every other brawler. Now, Nani is an epic brawler, so while she is going to be harder to get, it won't be horribly bad. You'll probably also be able to buy her in the shop for a reasonable price as well. And if you are going to be spending some gems, be sure to use code LEX in the shop. The support you guys have shown me has been completely amazing, and I am very humbled and grateful to you all. Now, Nani embodies both a high skill cap as well as a glass cannon. Tons of damage, very little health, but very hard to play. Looking at her stats real quick, she has 3,360 hit points at max level, and she has a very long range but a really slow reload and unload speed, meaning that it takes her longer than normal to unleash all 3 shots, as well as a long time to reload them all. However, there is a trade-off: massive damage. At almost 3,000 damage per shot, she can take out almost every single brawler in the game in just 3 shots. Now, her shot itself sends out 3 orbs in kind of a reverse hourglass shape. It's very possible to miss multiple orbs if your target is at the thick part of the shot. Ideally, you want the shot to land where all 3 orbs are coming back together. Now with Nani, auto-aiming is not a good idea, because you do have to specify an endpoint to the shot. If your target's moving away or from side to side, your auto-aims will not land. Now, if they're running straight at you in a line, then sure, auto-aim away, they deserve to die for running straight at you. For her super, she takes control of Peep, which is the name of her remote-controlled pal. When Peep hits a target, he blows up and deals massive damage or even explodes walls. You lose control of Nani and take control of Peep when the super is used. You can, however, be removed from your super and Peep will disappear. This can happen if you're pulled back by the likes of Tara or Jean, or if Dynamite knocks you out of that super, just to name a few. Now, Peep can travel the entire length of a map before self-destructing. He can even go over water as well. Peep cannot, however, be launched via a jump pad. He can't be pushed back by like a Gale super or even knocked back by like a Jean or M's gadget. He will go right through them. Now, both star powers have to do with Nani's super. One makes it so that the further you travel, the more damage Peep does. This star power can deal massive damage, but you're exposed while you're controlling Peep. The other, however, shields Nani from 80% of the damage while she is controlling Peep. Now, for these tests, we are going to be using the shield star power because with Nani sitting right there, she would be dead before Peep ever made it. One other note about Nani's super is that it cannot be destroyed by conventional means. Showdown smoke? No problem. Ike? Yeah, completely ignores it. There is one thing that can take out Peep though, and that is another spawnable super, like Tick's head. Now, Tick's head will not lock onto it to go to attack it, but if it's placed in the right spot, they both blow up and it's like neither ever happened. You can also just dodge Peep as well because with a very slow turning radius, it's pretty easy to do. Now, for Nani's gadget, it's a teleport, but it's one that has no length restrictions like 8-bit. Do you want to get from your spawn to the enemy team's Ike or high safe? Peep can do that. Now, you would be trading off massive damage for repositioning, but in the right spot, this could be deadly. Now that you know all about Nani, let's see how she fares 1v1 versus every single brawler in the game. Let's start off with all of the throwers. Now, normally they get completely obliterated, and honestly, there's not going to be much difference here, but wait till afterwards because we've got a surprise for you with this one. They actually don't do too bad, but of course they have low hit points, so they die really quick to Nani. However, check out what happens if Tick uses his super and Nani uses hers. That's right, you see Tick dancing. He's a happy little fellow because he finally wins one match. Granted, he had to use everything he had, and he still barely got it, but a win is a win. Good job, Tick. Now, Nani is a long-range brawler, not quite as far as Piper, but pretty darn far, so let's pit Nani against all the other long-range brawlers in the game. With the other long-range brawlers, it's kind of a mixed bag. Some of the brawlers go down like Brock, and some of them flat out win like Piper. Finally, Piper, you got a match that you can win. Some of the other ones, it's more of a toss-up, like Colt. It's so close. I think it's pretty much whatever reaction speed is quickest there. Of course, I tried to get him as close as possible, but you can see he loses the main interaction just barely, but then wins it with his super. Even though we're using Magnum Special, all the bullets are going fast. I think it's just whoever happens to touch that fire button just a nanosecond earlier than the other one. Then, of course, Rico, with his gadget, standing on top, deals so much damage, but then Nani says, no, Rico, I've had enough of you and your gadget. This is what happens if Nani unleashes her super on Rico. Never stood a chance. Rico gets demolished. That super, just with the knockback and the damage, with another quick shot from Nani, it just lights out. Now against Daryl, the Mythics got uprooted from their homes and sent packing. Just completely destroyed them. However, how will the Mythics do against Nani? Let's take another stroll into Mythic Row and let's see how Nani fares against every Mythic in Brawl Stars. So Sprout loses even with the gadget. Eating grass was not enough this time. Max gets completely obliterated, although, fun fact, you can nullify Nani's super peep. If you do use your gadget as Max, it blows up your immune. Nothing happens, except you still get your butt kicked by Nani. Regardless, you don't get embarrassed by the super. Tara, with or without her super, completely destroys Nani. Of course, if Nani tries to use her super, Tara can use hers and pull her out of that super. But perhaps the biggest winner here is Mr. P. Not only does he win the standard interaction, but with the use of his super, Nani never even touches Mr. P. I guess stealing socks and voices, maybe, can work out for you sometimes. Speaking of spawners, what about the other brawlers who have something to throw down to block themselves from peep? Let's take a look at the other brawlers with spawners. I think we're seeing a trend here. Nani may be able to win a standard interaction, but if you can block any of those shots, and especially the super with a spawnable unit, you're going to have a massive advantage because Nani can only shoot so many shots and they reload very slow. Now the standard interaction, 8-bit didn't even need extra life, but even with Nani's super, he comes right back and wipes the floor. And of course, Pam completely obliterates Nani. Turret or no turret, she's just too good. She does so much damage, has so much hit points, Nani can't stand a chance. Now, Nani has already faced off against all the mythics, but what about the legendaries? What about the chromatic Gale? How will Nani fare against them? Let's find out. Crow once again gets another dub right here. Using that gadget, shielding himself from so much damage, is able to take out Nani. And Leon, for the first time ever, although it's not the base interaction, his actual gadget comes in handy, destroying Peep before it ever reaches Leon. Now, the closest one of all of them, though, however, is Sandy. I honestly couldn't tell who won. Down to the frame by frame, they both died at the same time. So I'm going to consider Sandy versus Nani a wash. Yeah, Sandy and Nani had a very close match, but not all of the matches were close. There were some that got completely blown out, and there's some of them that completely dominated. Let's check out a few on both ends of the spectrum. Now, Carl and Poco both got destroyed. Peep was able to knock Carl out of his super and then just completely wipe the floor with him. However, Bull, as expected, so little health on Nani. Nani only gets off one shot before Bull is able to kill her. However, what happens if Nani uses her super against Bull right up close? This may surprise you. Yeah, Bull can get taken out really quick by Nani, but she pretty much has to be stocked, locked, and loaded, ready to go against Bull, or else it's not going to end well. But Bull can be beaten by Nani at close range as long as she has her super and all of her shots on tap, ready to go. Now, Bull and Primo weren't the only ones to win, however. There was a lot of other brawlers that just have too much hit points or too much damage for Nani to deal with up close. Let's take a look at a few others. There's only so much that little robot can handle, and apparently those brawlers are just too thick. Too thick for Nani to deal with right there. You're going to be at a distance anyways dealing with those brawlers, so just be sure to keep them at arm's length and hit those shots, and Nani will be able to do very well against them. But there are some other mid-range brawlers that Nani does not fare too well against. Let's check out a few of those. If Ems can get Nani right in that sweet spot, she deals too much damage for Nani to ever fully unleash all those shots and take Ems out. But it's got to be just in that right spot. Now, Bo, once again, like Sandy, too close to call. Frame by frame, they both died at the same time. Both Sandy and Bo, it's almost a dead wash. So there are two brawlers left that are not named Bull that do better against Nani than any other brawlers in the game. Coming in at number 2 is the man with 10,000 hit points, Frank. Yeah, with over 4,000 hit points left, Frank definitely takes care of Nani no problem, just with so much hit points. But one interesting note here is that Frank, if he uses his gadget when Nani uses her super, it does not knock him out of his super. Of course, that gadget protects him from all knockbacks and stuns, which that's what Peep does. It does still do the damage, but Frank's too thick and is able to pull it off anyway. So now there's only one brawler left. If you've been keeping track, you will have realized that the brawler that does the best against Nani out of every brawler in Brawl Stars is Jackie. Yeah, it doesn't matter, super, no super, especially with that counterattack damage is what really puts Jackie over the top. Nani deals a ton of damage and in turn deals a lot back to herself, allowing Jackie just to completely obliterate her. So this kind of goes without saying, but don't let Jackie get close to you. Kind of, common sense. But if she does, rip the dream, it's not going to end well. So there you guys go. Nani versus every other brawler in the game. I do really like Nani, and I think that she's going to be a very good brawler. However, she is going to be very tough to play. She is not an easy brawler to master, but those people who do get the hang of her and do get really good with her are going to wreck shop. She deals so much damage that it's going to be a force to be reckoned with if you can get good with her, which is going to be a tough thing to do. You guys let me know in the comments down below what you thought of Nani. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and as always, until next time, I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Peace out.